Hi folks, this video is a short overview of the group formation process in terms of the way that researchers view it. There's other material in Canvas and in your textbook about this exact formation process or the development phases. I wanted to provide you with a short video overview of these stages of group development so that you could relate it to what's going to happen in your own group. So one of the models given to you by your textbook is a really common group formation or group development model called Tuckman's process of group development. And what Tuckman said was that there are 5 stages that groups go through, and originally he had only 4 stages, and he added the 5th stage at the end, which is adjourning. That means it's over. And he said that groups go through these stages. Now, one thing before I describe the stages, I want you to think about: group formation typically takes place once, but if I got a bunch of new group members, I'm probably going to go back to stage 1. But other than that, this diagram and most diagrams make it seem like you've got to go from forming to storming to norming to performing. That's not necessarily true. You might skip back and forth between these 3, storming, norming, and performing, quite a bit. Now, adjourning means that your group is over, so you're probably not going back through these stages with the same group. But let's review what they are, and I'll talk to you about how they're going to function in your group for this semester. So storming means you first get to know each other. Forming means that you first meet, and it's just what it sounds like. You come together to become a group. You don't know each other very well, or maybe you do, but you're still forming a new collective. It's got some awkwardness. You need to break the ice. Nobody's really quite sure what they're doing, but they're part of this group. Now, this happens in the workplace when you form a new work group. It happens at school. It's going to happen to you right now. And it's normal for it to be awkward and kind of weird. And just know that that's part of the group formation process. Sometimes even somebody might get into a group and be like, this isn't quite the right fit, and so they have to go be a part of another group. That's actually very normal in a forming process. It also happens on a sports team, right? If you're going to be on the soccer team, you don't know everybody on that team at the very beginning, and typically you're going to do as much bonding as you can during the forming phase so that you all are really cohesive and get to know each other. Now, you're probably going to go to either storming or norming next. Storming is a phase in group development where people work through important issues and that you might experience some conflict. So that means that you couldn't all agree on the amount of meetings that you're going to have in a monthly time period, or maybe it's a disagreement about how you're going to use text messaging or how much phone time you're going to have in a particular group meeting. Is it going to be none, or is it going to be a free-for-all? Probably it should be in the middle somewhere. Don't have it be a free-for-all. It's conflicts over that kind of thing, and it's kind of the icky stuff, but it's also important for group members to work through, because if you don't get through that, you're going to have a really hard time with the other stages. Now, norming, we like the norming phase. It's where you set up rules and norms for the group to follow. So you could just go from forming to norming pretty easily if you just said, okay, well, here are the things we need to establish. How often can I look at my phone during a meeting? Hopefully it's only a couple times. What does it mean to be late? Am I late if I'm 2 minutes late, or am I late if I'm 20 minutes late? Some people have different expectations, so you need to talk about that. In the norming phase, you make it concrete and clear what it is that the expectations are from the group. And typically groups are going to bounce around between these 2 phases a little bit. That's totally normal. So this one's a little more comfortable. Norming is. Storming's not as comfortable. But that's totally normal and okay. And the last one, or second to last one really, is performing. And that's where the group works smoothly together to accomplish a task. You just kicked ass on your presentation. You finished that unit plan that you needed to make, whatever it was that the group was working. Oh, the game. You played the game and you won the game, or at least you did really well. That's what performing is. It's where the group comes together to do the thing that they were designed to do. So again, the group is going to bounce back and forth between these stages. Now, you'll only form again if you have a new group member. You won't need to form again if there's no group members. And adjourning means that the group is over, so you're probably only going to do that one time. So just a little bit about the group formation stages. Right now you're going to be in the performing stage, and then hopefully you're going to go to norming, but expect to bounce back and forth between norming, storming, and performing quite a bit until you get to the end of the semester where you're adjourning.